Next topic is the circle diagram. So this is a graphical approach using which we can study the motor performance at various slips, that means various speeds. Okay, graphical approach to study motor performance at various slips. So first we consider the equivalent circuit, but we will take the equivalent circuit which is in this manner. This is R1 plus R2 dash by S, X1 plus X2 dash. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram we are going to use. That means we have lumped whatever parameters, the stator parameters that you're going to have here, you are lumping it onto the other side. So this is a valid approximation. It will give good enough results. Okay, so this will be the magnetizing reactance and this is the core loss component. Now how to draw the circle diagram? You will take the voltage phasor first in the vertical direction as a vertical line. Okay, now from the no load test, what are all the values you have? You have the power, current and the voltage. From the blocked rotor test, you are going to have the power, current and voltage. Now from these values you can get the power factor angle phi naught as well as the impedance. Here also you can get the power factor at blocked rotor condition and the impedance. Now what we do, first we will plot the no load current. At what angle will it be? At phi naught angle. So phi naught you can find from the no load test itself. So from this information you can draw I naught magnitude will be the current value that we get in the no load test, and the power factor we can find as phi naught is equal to P naught by root 3 V naught I naught. Now what will be this component? This will be I naught cos phi naught. Now this if you multiply with voltage, what will it give you? Active power, right? Because power is active power is nothing but the voltage into the current and the cos of angle between V and I. That is what gives you the active power. Then what about the horizontal component? This is going to be I naught sin phi naught, right? So here if you multiply with V, then what are you going to get? Reactive power you are going to get. So essentially in a circle diagram, all of the vertical lines will be a measure of the active power. They might not give you the actual value of active power, but they will give you a measure. So we will draw it once again. The no load test will give you P naught, I naught and V naught, from where we can find phi naught and impedance. From the blocked rotor test, similarly you are going to get the power, current and voltage. From here you can find out the power factor angle. Okay, so we start with the voltage angle. Thus we are going to take as a vertical phasor. This is the voltage. Now from here we draw the no load current I naught here. This angle will be pretty high because we have a low power factor at no load. So if this is the horizontal axis, then this value will give you the no load losses. Next, from the blocked rotor test, what we need is the short circuit current. But here IBR is the rated current because we are adjusting the voltage so that rated current flows through the circuit when we are doing the blocked rotor test. So, but we need the short circuit current. That means what will be the current that will flow if rated voltage is given. Okay. So the current in blocked rotor test if rated voltage is given. But we can easily find this as a proportion of the voltage. ISC by IBR will be equal to the rated voltage by the blocked rotor voltage. Okay. So you can find ISC as the rated voltage divided by the blocked rotor voltage into the rated current. Blocked rotor current is nothing but the rated current. So this short circuit current that you're going to get, this you're going to plot here, but what will be the phase? Phi BR. Okay. So at the power factor, so at an angle of phi SC, you're going to have the current phasor. Now what will be this phasor? This is going to be I2 dash. Why is that? Because I0 plus I2 dash will give you the current that is drawn from the supply. At which value of slip is this I2 dash? At the value S is equal to 1, because this is the blocked rotor condition. When speed is 0, that means slip will be 1. So here this current phasor what you have, this is going to follow a circular locus. So if you draw another horizontal axis here, okay, then this will be a circle. Okay, the current phasor for various slips, it is going to be like this. This value is at S is equal to 1. If at another point, if you take, let us say this is another operating point. Here the value of S is not equal to 1 nor is it equal to 0. If S is equal to 0, what will happen? I2 dash is 0. In no load test, I2 dash is 0. So this will be the point of S is equal to 0. This is the point of S is equal to 1. So what are all the values of S here? It will be from between 0 to 1. That means this is the motoring region. And beyond this, this is going to be the braking region. Okay. Now what information can we get about power here? So if you draw a perpendicular like this, this line will give you the power losses at what condition? At the blocked rotor condition. Then we already know that this is the fixed losses or the no load losses. Now what about this part? What will it be? It will be the copper losses. This entire thing will be copper losses. Why is that? In the blocked rotor condition, there is no mechanical power output. So whatever power is being derived from the supply, this is the entire power that is derived from the supply. This is the no load losses. There is no mechanical losses. So what else is left out? Only the copper losses is left out. Okay. So this line will represent the copper losses. Now further what we can do here, if you divide this line in the ratio of the rotor and stator resistances. So that means, let us say this is a point here. We can take this point as A, this point as B and this point as C. Now we have another point D here. Now this is such that AD by DB, if it is equal to R2 dash by R1, rotor resistance by stator resistance. We know the individual values. From the DC test we can find out R1, and from the no load test you can find out, the blocked rotor test you can find out R2 dash. Okay. So in that way if you divide, then you're going to get this part to be the rotor copper losses and this part to be the stator copper losses. Okay. This phasor here is I2 dash. In this manner you can identify what are the rotor copper losses, stator copper losses and the no load losses. Now this is at the blocked rotor condition, that means when S is equal to 1. What about at any other value of slip? So that means if this value of slip if you take, at this operating point if you draw a perpendicular again, then this will be the no load losses. Now this point only till this current, right? This is the phasor I2 dash. Now from this point to this point you're going to get the copper losses. Okay. So you can write here, this is copper loss. So what is the remaining power that you have here? Because this entire power will be the power that is derived from the supply. This is no load losses, this is copper losses. What will be this power? This power is the mechanical power that is delivered. Okay. Now how to separate the rotor and stator copper losses? You will have to draw the line till D from the origin. So this point you can take as O. Okay. So OD line if you draw, then this will give you the rotor copper losses and this will give you the stator copper losses. Okay. So the line OA, this is called as the output line, and the line OD is called as the torque line. If you draw this triangle once again much clearly, this is the at any operating point S if you take, then this is the origin, the point through which the output line is passing. There you are going to get a measure of the mechanical power output, and the point through which torque line is passing. You can write down here, this is the output line and this is the torque line. Now this entire thing is the copper losses, but here you are going to get rotor copper losses and here you are going to get stator copper losses. Okay, and no load losses anyways, whatever is the displacement from the actual origin. This is the actual origin. So this is going to give you the no load losses. Okay, so this is all the information that you can get from the circle diagram.